So, kind of the wrapper conceit of the game that I introduced to everybody earlier on in Discord, and we haven't super leaned on here on stream yet, is that these are the episodes of like an MCU show that they decided, hey, we'd rather get the tax break for never releasing it and counting it as a loss in the logbooks than put it on the air. So we've been like sneaking out like individual episodes, and like we don't necessarily have all of them last time we saw what happened in episode 1 up until Mike, like an idiot, didn't have his computer plugged in while he was streaming. So it's canonical up until that point. How's that?
The series picks up after those like
one individual screen of video with audio for like 10 minutes. Jesus. That's like
Can we say that like all the camera operators just went on strike? And like,
yes,
just like left the cameras running.
We were struck by a vicious Hollywood editor strike.
Yes,
no one to run any of the editing rooms.
That's right.
So yes, that was episode 1, and tonight we are episode 3, and we have a missing episode in the middle. So we have at the beginning, like all good shows, they're like, hey. Things are going to happen tonight, and we want to make sure you remember at least enough to like kind of know what's going on. They have like the little recap teaser on the beginning, and like previously on, right? And our previously on section here will begin with like everybody down in this like basement laboratory as like guys with guns are outside, and like fall back into this room with like this big super science circular things like rotating circles, that thing, and it zaps Lucius, and there's like a prolonged zap from Ava, or kind of like actually like a cable kind of like snakes up around her ankle, and like it's not so much that like it's electrocuting her as it's like drawing from her.
Don't like that.
Yeah. So then it starts to move, and there's this blast of energy that like knocks everybody down. It blasts out the doors that were in like the farther out section. The guys with guns that are in the hallway with the night vision goggles and everything, they're all like blasted back against walls and knocked out. To the central circle of this machine, we see it like ripple, like pulse with some energy, and then from the other side of it, it's like looking through a gateway, and you can see these huge glowing eyes, and just this like low rumbling voice that just says, "Freedom at last." And then we kind of cut to outside with like everybody escaping, as like there's a rumble in the ground, and like something shoots up through what was left of the foundation of this building, and the rest of it all collapses.
That's not good.
There's
That's like not good at all.
It's gonna be a lot of work for us.
That's a lot of like legal papers that we need to go through. Everyone on their insurance, everyone paid out. I know the union's got you guys, but like,
oh my god.
Right. So that happened at the end of episode 1, right? And then we start flashing back to episode 2. So in episode 2, we start to see all your characters after you've been pulsed with this energy, after things start to change. So Alfie, what changes about Alfie, and how do we see that change happen?
Yeah, so I think what we see is one random night, Alfie just wakes up screaming, and his mind is racing. He searches for paper and is scribbling, and basically he sneaks over to the work site and breaks into the workshop where his mech lifter is that he uses to lift debris. And he grabs a bunch of tools and laptops and salvaged materials, locks himself in the workroom, works like a madman through the night. There are equations scribbled on every surface, upgrading his mech lifter. And in the morning, this mech, what used to look like a walking forklift, kind of what Ripley had in Aliens, is now more advanced. It is more compact and sleeker, more points of articulation, so it's not clumsy. It now fully encases him like armor. It kind of looks like a shorter, rounder, cruder Iron Man that was built in one night, so not as cool. And also somehow frog-like. But Alfie now has a superhuman level of genius, and there are significant growing pains. It's bad. His mind is kind of a mess. Yeah.
Okay. I think there is a point during the night there where there's a moment where like you're kind of in the one area and you're working on Frogger and you're like doing the things and like your stuff, and you hear like out in the area where the lockers are like kind of a banging noise, and you poke your head out, and you see that like just Smitty's locker is just like hanging open, and like they were all locked before. And as you kind of like go over there, like in the back of it, there's kind of like this little like mass of spiders in it.
What the? So I slam it closed. I don't have the bandwidth to deal with this right now. I gotta build a suit.
Fair.
That's are they like spilling out? Is this like, do they look like normal spiders or?
Yeah, they look like just like a variety of different spiders kind of in there. But yeah,
is anyone else around? Is Smitty here?
No. And nobody would have seen him since they would have tried to like take him away after like the explosion and the back of an ambulance.
Oh my god. Okay. Alfie files this away in the many like torrent of thoughts that are now surging through his brain, and goes back to work on his.
It's mostly for me to just start introducing some bits, and not for me to force you to chase down. So
no worries.
Yes. I think then we get a scene with like Ava. So like, what is it like when Ava gets her powers? When Ava starts developing something powerful about her?
I think part of Ava's thing, she loves dressing for the season, right? You got your Uggs if it's fall, you got your Uggs, you got your scarf, you got your sweater. I don't remember what season we're in, Mike.
It's fall. It's October.
It's October. So like, for whatever reason,
Lucius's sister hates Halloween season.
Hates Halloween.
It's October.
Very true. So, she's kind of like not dressed fall-like, which I know isn't weird, but it's like kind of chilly, and she's like rocking like a summer dress. And so that's kind of just odd about her. But this other kind of thing that keeps just happening is she keeps like just getting shocked. Like these little like, no matter what she touches, no matter like what it is, even if it's not metal, like she just gets little shocks. And she's walking down streets in New York City, and so every occasional like bump is like this little shock to her and probably to the other person. So that's unusual. For just there's no static. She's used the static cling thing several times, and yeah. So I think that's kind of her. She's just feeling just a little weird.
So can I put you in that little greenhouse with like your mentor as your like?
Yes.
Because I think like maybe you're up there and you're kind of like there doing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know her through the Renew Earth charity group that you're part of, and she'll arrive with like this real big dog that she has, and it'll go and it'll lie down next to the door, and she'll like eventually like notice you there, like like from something, and she'll be like, dear,
It's so
dear,
random too.
are you all right? Are you feeling okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I just can't get rid of. I just don't know if it's like the weather or what, but just like I just, and then she'd try a couple times to like touch something and it doesn't happen until she's not thinking about it and then it happens. Like, so, it just feels, I don't know, it's just weird. I don't know. Maybe my shampoo is different. Maybe that's it. I'm not sure. But how are you? How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Everything's fine. Preparations are going well for the charity event that we're planning and all that kind of stuff.
Good.
Yeah, and she's good about that. And like eventually, like you do have your like, oh yeah, it's been good to see you and talk to you and work in the greenhouse, and I have to leave. And kind of like after you leave and like the door to the greenhouse closes and she kind of like sees you go to the stairs and like start to descend down. She kind of like looks down. She's like, Jupiter. The dog like looks at her. Make sure she stays safe. The dog like half nods and like gets up and walks out of the greenhouse. And then we get that like view of her from behind, like looking at the greenhouse and like where you were working on stuff. And she kind of like does one of these with her hands. And like the camera kind of comes around and there's this like oval of crackling purple energy that she like just walks through and it closes behind her.
Oh, okay.
So Lucius. We have Casey if things are going all right for Casey here.
Yeah, man.
Hey. All right. So what does it look like when Lucius's powers first manifest?
Repeat that last part.
What's it like the first time that like Lucius's powers kind of happen? Like when they work.
Oh, I've been thinking
what
about
does it
this.
do?
Okay. So he's just sitting at his house, right? Because he's got nothing better to do because his job site just got destroyed. All right. And he's playing Mortal Kombat. There. Yeah, which is scratch it. He's playing Tekken. He's playing Law. And he's like, yep. And then he gets out. He finishes up and he gets a phone call, right? And it's his PO, his patrol, the officer he has to check in, saying he's got to come down to the station, check it out, and get checked out. Weekly check-in.
Yeah.
So he gets up, gets dressed, goes on down, and as he's walking to the office, he runs into one of his buddies. Well, not his buddies, one of his associates that he used to run with, and they show to check him. And he's like, "Hey, man." And the dude turns around and rats him out. He turns around, blames Lucio for that he ratted him out, and he spent time up there, right? Go, and he perfectly mimics Law's block with no training at all. Like he's never done any training before. And he purposely blocks it. Throws another punch, another perfect block. And then he realizes, like, what the hell? And then he just does a kick in the chest, and then he runs to the police station. Because he's not supposed to get in a fight.
Oh, shit.
Okay. I think I'll throw in for Lucius that there's a moment later when he's like headed home that he stops into like the bodega with like Senor Hernandez. And as you come in the door, because you're gonna grab, I'm here to grab a monster or like what have you. He's there, and there's a guy at the counter in like a like mediocre looking cheap brown suit. And it's like Luke Wilson from like Idiocracy and like Old School and stuff, and like a mediocre brown suit. And Senor Hernandez is there, and he's like, "Look, there's better light in my building. You could have had all the office space you need. I can guarantee you the prices were going to be better." Like, it's like, why did you even go across the street? That Billy, he's a crook. like this is the guy who like released the space on the opposite side of the intersection. They're like, what is it you guys even do? He's like, oh, well, we're like forensic analysis of the public record, and like you could call us historians, I guess. Like, it's like, but he's like, yeah, and just we needed a building, and that was what came up for us, and we didn't really think to look over here, and I don't know, maybe when our lease is up, we can find out, but yeah. But yeah,
does he give his name? Like, well, not his name, but his what's his? I think I'll stop him and be like, "What do you do again? Public records?"
Yeah, we analyze public records from the past couple decades for changes to the city and architecture and all that kind of stuff. It's we're kind of historians keeping track of changes in the buildings and stuff that goes on in the city. It's nothing special. But we just needed a space to be able to have our filing cabinets and things and stuff. Yeah. Oh.
Wow.
All right, I'll look at. There's a pause, like a long pause. Look at him, and he's like, and then he's super friendly and puts out his hand. Well, welcome to the neighborhood, partner. I just live above, and Hernandez is right. Like, you did get, you're paying probably double what the actual built place is worth. So I don't know what your contract better. He's got way better prices.
When it comes up, we'll definitely have to see about getting everything moved across the street here. I'm Jones. We're over there.
Jones. Okay.
Jones.
Mr. Jones. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to get, like, when I shake out his hand and he like reaches out, is this suit like unbuttoned?
Yeah. I mean, it's not particularly cold out or anything, so he's got like the blazer and it's like kind of open. He's got the shirt and tie.
Cool. I just want to roll village. I can't speak. I want to use perception, or what that we can use for perception. See if I can locate like any badging, guns, weapons, anything like that.
Good call.
He gives the. He smells like a narc.
Yeah.
That's possible.
Damn, Casey.
I was afraid you were just gonna instantly punch this guy, just like juggle combo this guy in the bodega. No. Tekken instinct is too strong.
What?
That's so good.
I got a 1, a 2, and a 4.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say it's challenging, which makes it an 11. And it sounds like 1, 2, and a 4 is a 7, right? It's
an 8. No, an 8. Can I roll my do I have an edge?
Oh, you get to add your the stat to it.
I think that's why it's an 8. He's adding a +1 to
what's
it.
That?
Oh, okay. Yes, you have +1 vigilance, so that brings the total.
Yeah, it's already.
Yeah. There's really nothing there to give you an edge on it. No, not really.
All right. So I just, and I'm not trying to be like overly hostile. It's just me doing a quick glance. So
yeah.
Just being friendly, a friendly boss.
Yeah, no, it's like, hey, looks like a narc and smells like a narc. Yeah. But you can't tell if he's like holding or carrying anything like a weapon or anything weird like that. So.
All right, cool. I'll throw a couple bucks on the table and take my Mountain Dew and my bagel upstairs. With a glancing look to Mr. Hernandez and be like, with a later type situation.
He broke up on you. when you were.
And basically, oh, sorry, I would give a look to Mr. Hernandez as I go upstairs, and with a look of like, hey, just call me later.
He's got like, oh, all right, yeah.
Am I still?
But yeah, he'll like kind of like begrudgingly accept that commentary and like move on. Kind of time to lean, time to clean, right? Like room's back out.
Okay. All right, cool.
So which brings us
that's all I
to.
got.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Cool. So as far as like seeing how powers start out, that brings us around to Mr. Renkov here.
All right. So
what is the first time Renkov's powers operate like?
I think that Renkov, after everything that happened, right? There's all this paperwork that needed to be done, and maybe for the next day, however many days it is until, but there's some time where Renkov is like working on things in a lot of meetings. And we find
He
Renkov.
has a lot of meetings and a lot of paperwork, and I'll get to that after this.
Good. I love that. I love that. So one night after a grueling series of meetings, we find Mr. Renkov leaving a bar off of 2nd Avenue in New York, Manhattan, and he's got a button down shirt, clearly like an office style shirt, not a work shirt. He's got his sleeves rolled up, and he's like shouldering his tool bag. He's kind of doing double duty right now, going to meetings and getting a little bit of time in at whatever yard or wherever their job site is. Whatever that looks like right now, he's got to kind of do it all, right? So like in his like tool bags, probably his boots and stuff like that to make sure that he can work without
Can
messing up.
I retcon that on you a little bit? Like you may have like a bag or like a briefcase kind of thing, like
Sure.
like for like documents and stuff. I don't think you have your work stuff with you.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
We'll talk.
Okay, love that. Love that. What happened to my tools, Mike? Okay. So yeah, and he's leaving his bar, his like one of his like little local haunts. And he is walking over down by 7th Street, which is where the St. George's Church is at. In like little Ukraine down in Manhattan. And there's a car alarm going off. There's like a scream, like a shout, and he comes running up. And there's wherever that car alarm is, like the car looks like tilted, like it's like leaning into the pavement a little bit. When he gets there, he sees that like there's a small sinkhole that has formed, and it's getting bigger. And there's this person hanging down there, so he like pulls them up just bodily, right? Pulls them up, and then he sees that there's like cars coming because it's New York and it's busy. Even if it's at night, there's still cars coming. There's cars coming, and they don't see that there's this like sinkhole that's forming. And so he like puts his hands down to like try and pick up some of the road or something, just to like do something to help. And it's not that's not working. But we see as his like body like convulses and his arms like bulge, and kind of from under the palms of his hands holding on to this like asphalt, we see these like tendrils spreading out. And as they're spreading out, they're getting bigger and thicker. And he is somehow from his body creating this like firm cargo net that bridges across this 10-foot-ish gap. And it's like anchoring to the road, it's anchoring to the sidewalk, to like the car that fell part way in. Probably has like it's probably like caught up in this rope. And it's just enough to keep that car from falling down into the hole. Renkov has really like complicated views of supers and is probably really terrified of what he just did. So he's gonna get up and flee the scene And maybe the only witness is that teenager that he pulled out of the hole at first when he first showed up. Because it's at night, it's dark, it was rainy earlier, right? So the streets have that cool, like, the street lights have that like long glow on the street because it looks all cool after a rain. And he gets out of there, and probably runs back to his flat and like just like leans against the wall, breathing heavy. And that's when he discovers that he has been affected by this secret underground lab thing that zapped him and his crew. And now he has a lot of questions. I'll leave it there.
Okay. So I think you were wearing that shirt and tie, and I think the next part of the flashback is actually to earlier in that same day.
Mm.
And it is we get a view of you in the shirt and tie entering a place. There are other people milling around, and we get that shot as you like walk into the space, past like this like easel display that is probably like the only picture of Smitty in a suit that exists. And underneath it says Seamus Smithwick, 19 something 2026.
Damn.
And there's a lot of people milling about. Probably the other folks from the crew are here. I know we do see Ava in the background for a moment. At one point, there is also another little cut of like here at the kind of wake that they're having for him. Lita, the lawyer.
Mm.
Look, I know this isn't the time, but if something happened down there, I need to know because otherwise DODC is going to screw us. And just, I'm on your side. Remember that. Just kind of like, just so it's out there. And I think we also get like a moment there where like Ava is like kind of like maybe back to the side a little bit, and there's like the little display of pamphlets for like. So you're dealing with grief and loss and something, and some of them are like the planning pamphlets, and one of them is like, like it's there's a couple there that are like green burial options, or like oh, and we plant a tree or we dissolve you in water and stuff like that. And probably there's like one of the funeral directors is here, and he kind of sees Ava looking at these. It's like, oh, we've been having more and more people who want to do something that's a little more environmentally friendly lately. So we've had a lot of people here who've been looking into this kind of thing.
Right. I think she's kind of in a weird space because she kind of knew this man, but also kind of didn't. And so it's like that weird I'm at a wake that I don't very tangentially involved in. So
there's a guy I saw a lot, and mostly he tried to make sure I was wearing the right kind of shoes. So that was the bulk of our conversations.
He didn't hit on me, which is a thing.
We appreciate this about Smitty.
Yeah, but I think just because it's kind of weird, she would pick up that pamphlet about the green, the green burials, and there's kind of this thought in the back of her head of like bodies decompose. It's kind of like just this thought back there, but she kind of nervously like talked to. Did she hear what was told to Rinkov?
From Lita, I don't think so.
Okay.
That was kind of like the two of them off in a corner kind of deal. Because she doesn't want to bring that up in front of too many people too, in case there is something to be concerned about. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the funeral director's like, yeah, we've been having more and more call for this. It's like, I realize if you're here, it's probably for Mr. Smithwick or Smittick, or no, they just said to say Smitty, so I don't
That's the only thing I knew him by.
Yes, but if there's anything I can do to help, I'm funeral director, and they call me HP.
Nice to meet you, Ava. I'll look into this. Thanks. I think you should just like awkwardly talk to the funeral director because
Sweet.
Yeah.
I don't really know what else to do.
That's one of those conversations that he's like way more well equipped to navigate because it's not awkward for him. This is day-to-day business.
Yes,
but
he's
knows that
dealt
you're
with death all the time. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So
So yeah, he's certainly like he's a little bit older than you. He's fairly tall. He's relatively handsome. He's trying to make sure that you're cared for in this time of being made and that kind of thing. But he's nice.
I'll chat with him.
One of those things where if he shows up in the previously on, he's going to end up showing up later. Like,
yeah. Okay, that's good. The funeral director. I know the construction guys probably just don't want me to be involved, so I'm just gonna stay back here. That's pretty much Ava's deal. Talk to a handsome man for a bit. Cool.
Yep. So otherwise, then we get a scene where it's Angel walking home in the dark. He hears a noise down an alley. It's like he hears sounds like some sort of a scuffle. And there's a guy who's pretty good sized. He's got like a well cropped haircut and all that kind of stuff. He's pretty well put together. And he is clearly got the upper hand in a fight against somebody who looks like he probably lives in this alley. And Angel is not down with that concept. Angel gets very angry, and we see like his eyes start to glow and his hair starts to like rise as like flames gather around him, like looking more and more fire engulfed until like the only thing you can really see is his like leather jacket, and like the rest is just like flame. And he sort of shouts at the guy. It's like, you can't just Ethan wrote something eloquent that I don't have in front of me. So that was all right. Didn't have the notes. My mistake. Yeah. He says, let's give you an audience for a real performance. And he just like, there's this blast of flame at this guy. And he like goes slamming against the wall of the alley and like slumps down into the pile of trash as like Angel kind of like cools and like settles back down. And then we see the guy sort of have to push himself back up to his feet as he's like kind of face down in this trash bag here after being blasted, like this elemental blast, if you will. Speak the name of the move when we're not supposed to speak it. Anyway, but he stands back up and his face is like charred and like he's burnt and stuff. And then we see him kind of like flex a little bit and like kind of like glow from within with like an orange light. And you see like all this part that's like the side of his face that's all burnt and stuff, like kind of like knits itself back together. And then he kind of says, "Oh, good. I know we'd start to find you sometime soon." And then we see like a black van pull up across the back of the alley behind him, like the ones we saw outside the work site before. There's like a bunch of guys in black suits come out and like tase Angel, like toss a hood over his head and drag him into the back of the van.
They're not even here. You can't do this to them.
It's done. It's done. We didn't even see them the first time. Like the characters never saw the vans or any of these telltale signs. We just at the end became aware that we were not alone.
Well, there would have been a van left over. Because like there was a bunch of people who showed up in a van, went down to that basement, and like didn't come back out of that basement.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that thing. That happened.
So there is like a moment like the guy who's like from the alley like pulls himself back together, and like there's like a bunch of like whatever like shredded off the guy who got blasted there on the ground, and he picks up there's like this patch that's left over that came off of like part of his jacket or something like that, but it okay. It says A.I.M. Advanced Idea Mechanics.
Fuck.
That just doesn't sound right. That sounds, man. No.
Sounds like a bad business that's going to do bad things to the world.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of this, but a nerd I walk past has heard of AIM.
Yeah.
The callbacks. Like,
There was somebody else in the video store renting a movie talking about it. Not
Yeah,
me.
Yeah. Just talking about the whole plot.
I was just walking through that area.
Yeah.
I remember that neighborhood.
Founded by the guy with the most villainous last name ever, Killian. Come on, Killian. Come on, guys.
Oh boy.
Man, name Eldritch. That's just Eldritch with an A.
That's right. Basically,
Not even
Business
trying.
Cthulhu formed A.I.M. and has now abducted one of our own.
Yeah. His name is basically Cthulhu Murder.
Yeah.
Which Ethan would respect being abducted by by Cthulhu's agents for sure. It was like dope.
Strong.
Mike
knows his audience, which is just us. just
like you start the joke so it applies to everybody on the stream, and then you just bring it down until it's only funny to me. Just like, nobody else. Like, oh, this is a joke about that one trip I saw for your high school. Never mind. It's great.
Oh my god.
Yes, so that's like the previously on. That got us like halfway through the night. That's and then like we reached like the beginning of the episode where it does like the cold open before the credits.
Oh my god.
And that's like Angel in a dark cell somewhere. And this like this deep booming voice that's speaking as Angel's like kind of like bathed in purple light. How did someone like you accomplish something like this? I was like, and then you see this like mechanical tendril thing with like a clippy end, kind of like grab him around the neck and kind of like lift him up. It's like, where are the others? I saw you all scurry away like rats. And it just like keeps choking. It's like, I'll find you all. You'll tell me eventually. And then we get like, Earth-8193, do like the credits run. Like,
yeah, exactly like that.
Like
it's like
a 90s adventure show. Like
it's like the 1980s like type of intro, right? Like Night Rider. Yeah.
Yes. Like the vibe of the music is way off from the scene that just played. Perfect.
Great.
Yes. So, I mean, is everybody going back to the construction site? Is that, or do you like end up meeting up somewhere else? Or like,
I think
what the hell happened to us? And hey, why isn't Angel here?
Yeah, I think what would happen is, I've been putting off Lita's request for more information. I've been pointing her to the official reports and all that kind of stuff, but I've probably finally decided, all right, let's do an informal group session discussion, right? And so Renkov will message everybody up and say, hey, we have a what is it, like, oh gosh, like safety briefing and like paperwork paperwork, like
boot inspection at Starbucks.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but he has to make sure it's clear that, hey, this is also like you're gonna get your like monthly safety briefing, right, and all of like safety training and all of that kind of stuff, so that it's a legit space. And we'll rent out some meeting space in the back of like a Starbucks or Coffee Joe's or whatever it is, whatever the NCU equivalent is of Starbucks. That has,
to the wiki. Let's see.
Yeah, to the wiki.
We gotta make a reference.
Yeah.
I do know that canonically CNN and Anderson Cooper exist within the MCU, so that much we
Yeah.
need like, oh, you
Call
caught
him
something
up,
from
call
watching
up.
the news.
I mean,
That's-
surely Starbucks was a sponsor at some point of one of the movies, so there's gonna be a Starbucks in there somewhere. They did at least a product placement deal, right?
it had to be something somewhere,
At minimum.
Yes.
So
there had
yeah,
to be like one offhanded joke in She-Hulk or something that involves. Yeah,
that's right. That's right. Or the Hulk smashed literally through a Starbucks sign just to like really drive it home.
I'm gonna ask this question, assuming that Mike is gonna get it, and if he doesn't, I'm gonna have one-upped him. I'm just putting it out there to this Mike here. Are we part of the Tommy Westphal universe?
oh, absolutely.
Damn it! I was hoping just one.
Oh no.
No, references all the way down. This man is built from references.
This is come on. I'm wearing my Avengers shirt.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
So deep. So many layers to you, Mike. How do you make it through a dinner party? How?
Oh, don't. Just I realize that I am tedious at best in social situations.
For the update for the stream, Starbucks is a canonical business in the MCU.
There it is. All right,
Thank
perfect.
you.
Perfect. Yeah.
Thank you, Casey.
Yeah.
Thank God.
So you know like how in the MCU the Avengers meet in like Stark's badass penthouse with all his tech everywhere, and they're all like checking out who can lift up Thor's hammer and shit or whatever. That is not our venue, right? This
you
is
have the Union Hall.
I
this
could
is
have come back to the
to be seen
Yeah.
there.
yeah. This
But,
is offsite training. You know, we got the budget to get everybody a grande coffee on a stained table in the back. That is our venue. And instead of Thor's hammer, there's a stuck door that leads to a utility room that if we could get that unstuck, the manager would appreciate it.
I'm not going to be helpful in this.
So you sit there like Black Widow saying, I don't need to prove my...
Good. Thanks.
That's right. We're high rolling here in the Liquidator Union.
I mean, Frogger could handle that if you guys want. You look outside, the suit is just like standing on the sidewalk. There's like
sweet.
dog,
So you bring it with you.
Just parked out there.
Yeah,
awesome.
there's like a dog like about to pee on it.
That's awesome.
Until it like turns and looks at it. Yeah, just wait. The suit's just waiting outside for me.
That's awesome.
Does it still look like the?
Why do you?
Go ahead, Casey.
I was gonna say, why'd you bring? Actually, you know what? I'll wait because you know what, Kratrina, you're right. Does it look like?
I was gonna say,
from
does it look
before,
like the
or
forklift?
is this?
It looks noticeably upgraded from before, so it looks more like armored suit, if not, but like a hobbled together like scrap armored suit, more so than forklifty kind of like open air Ripley kind of thing.
Does it still have the branding on it, or did you manage to like cover up the branding from the forklift?
I think I've probably covered up the branding. I think he's like added like plates in different places, so it's almost unrecognizable, but it's the same like basic like shape.
Gotcha.
Follow-up question. Did you park it in the street? And if so, does it have tags? Or did you park it on the sidewalk with like a little bike lock?
It's on the sidewalk. I think
Sweet.
it's like I think it's next to the bike rack. Yeah.
That's awesome. I love that.
Standing there with like a kryptonite locker on the knee.
Yeah.
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 Perfect. I love that. Okay.
This makes my little joke so much better.
Yeah.
So I see Alfie. I'm like, hey, Alfie, why does your forklift look like a cross between the frog and the ironmonger? Like, why you trying to imitate like the ironmonger out there, but in frog form? What are we doing here?
Okay. I'm sorry. Is the frog not one of the most efficient uh, pieces of its ecosystem? Look, I'm not trying to improve on nature. And Ironmonger, this is light years ahead of Ironmonger. Come on, man, don't insult Frogger like that.
Did you build it in a cave?
No, I built it in the
It looks like
shed.
you built it in a cave with a box of scraps.
Wow.
Hey,
Okay.
the welding shed is a state of the art, safe facility, work safe facility, inspected monthly.
I did the best with what I had.
Is that what the paperwork says, Bob?
That
I
is
don't think
exactly
they
what the
do have
paperwork
the right
says,
kind
and
of
will continue to say. Isn't that right, Lita? Everyone, you remember Lita?
Oh, did you invite Lita to this also?
Yeah. This
Oh,
is
okay.
this is an informal discussion with Lita, so that she can hear from us, and then we will all figure out, with her guidance, what sort of paperwork needs to really be filed here.
She will sit down, like she has a napkin and she will wipe down part of the table and she will sit
Already
down.
did.
She'll set like her like leather briefcase satchel over here and take out like a notebook and like a pen, and they're closed, it's closed, and she sets it to the right of her, like, we'll wait and see if I should be using that or not.
I record the conversation.
Yeah.
I also just looked, in New York's a one-party consent state, so I consent to my recording for this.
Sweet. Do you tell us that you're doing that?
No.
Okay.
Pre-law, baby.
I'm just gonna set my phone in the middle of the table right here.
No,
Don't
it's
face
okay.
down.
Okay.
Alfie will also take out his phone and sort of like prop it up like on one of those like little stands. He also now wears one of those like Stark Tech smart glasses that has like a monitor inside. And you can see that he is watching something on one side and he's watching a second thing on his phone. And if you've hung out with him since then, you know that Alfie needs to keep his mind occupied. He needs to be watching like multiple things, or it's hard for him to function. So I think there's like maybe like newscasts or like instructional videos or any kind of video. Yeah.
We're here unboxing a new frying pan today. This is what we're gonna do.
That's so
Yeah.
good.
Mm-hmm.
He must consume it.
I want to say that Alfie, that I've occasionally text Alfie saying, "Hey, can you send me some videos like through Instagram or whatever?" Also MCU. So because I'm gonna be looking at everything and anything to try to figure out I can mimic what I can and cannot mimic.
Cool. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So I guess Lito will then be like, okay, so things happened in that basement the other day. And I need to know what before DODC starts coming asking too many questions. We've already had to file a bunch of legal paperwork because Smitty was, struck by debris. We're going to keep saying he was struck by debris, though his wife doesn't seem to like that description.
there was never. I'm unaware as a player, unaware of did Smitty's body go to a hospital or has just been disappeared from the planet?
Smitty was taken to the hospital when you guys emerged and like the things exploded or imploded and all that kind of stuff. Like, emergency services showed up to the scene and Smitty was taken to the hospital. But he did not last.
Okay.
Whatever they blasted him across the work site with, just that high speed collision with the brick wall over there was like, that was too much for Smitty.
Gotcha.
New skeleton and all, but
yeah. So, well, the other question, was there like security camera footage of this crew that showed up or anything like that? Like, are we now more aware of what was going on there, or are we all still kind of in the dark that there was this group that rolled up and harmed?
Well, they shot a flashbang through at you. They were probably like, you could hear rifles cocking and stuff like that. There might have been a couple shots before like that pulse of energy that like screwed everything up down there. There was a van out front that you could see when you got out of there, like a black van, but it still had a driver in it that like kind of peeled out. Yeah. Once it's like, oh, this operation has gone very sideways.
Yeah.
Like,
well, okay. Go ahead, David.
No, I was okay. So I think, I think what the way that Renkov will describe it is more with more detail than what he did in his official report. Like, his official report was probably more of a CYA, like covering our asses kind of thing.
Yeah. So is the official report we found something that exploded, or was the official report like, oops, gas line? Like,
right. Yeah, exactly. And like, I think that, I think it might just be like we went to subterranean levels, right? And we're uncovering like a foundational structure, and there was an explosion, right? Like, not even it was gas or a thing, just like an explosion, and I think with Lita here, he'll describe that, well, before the explosion, there were people that were behind us, and there was some sort of machine that woke up while we were there. And zapped a few of us, or all of us.
I think she will like take a big sip of her coffee, kind of grimace, because like, oh, we went to Starbucks instead of Starbucks, and it just not as okay. That's
Starbucks. It's just you can just taste the iron file,
and it's not even real. It's like somebody else just trying to sit on the name.
Oh damn! And like their logo is like it's kind of that angular arrow thing that Stark Industries has, but not quite.
It's also like green and white, like the Starbucks logo at the same time. Like, let's just try to rip off everybody.
We've tried so many times to tell Renkov that this is like not a Starbucks or a Starbucks, and he just doesn't listen. Just any time that someone goes to get coffee.
It's the most affordable off-site meeting room we got. All right. I know they have something wrong with their sign, but in the neighborhood, this is what we can get. So, does anybody remember?
Hey, boss man. After this, let's talk, because I mean, I got flashbanged, if that's what you're talking about. And then I got all tingly.
I mean, it's like you got what?
I think Angel said it was a flash
Ma'am,
thing.
no.
Like a
What do you mean?
The OTC is gonna burn my house down.
Well,
and where is the other guy? Oh.
I haven't seen him since.
I haven't seen him since we all got out of there.
I'm pretty sure I was electrocuted. That's neither here nor there with the flashbang problem. And
she will like reach into her briefcase and like flip around and like pulls out like one folder that like you can tell like it's seen a lot of action, and it's just like inside is just like copies and copies and copies of like, okay, here's the workman's comp form.
Yeah, the incident report. Entry incident report.
Take one and pass it down.
Yeah.
Lita, I think you'll need another form.
She's got this stack of like 50 of them in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because this is after I've gotten a power, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Everybody has discovered their powers and rudimentary control. Like nobody's doing anything uncontrolled here. Cool. You have all your stuff.
Cool. Say, I think something else happened down there, and I don't know for anybody else, but I have been changed.
Oh my God. What did you build?
Do you need me to contact the therapists?
No, no, I don't think so. I didn't build anything, Alfie. I kind of wish that I did. No, I manifested something, a net, and it saved somebody.
It was like, okay, I thought you were gonna say like, maybe you heard Smitty talking to you or something like that, or we're seeing ghosts, but man, a net.
Yeah, it saved somebody from getting hurt. But it definitely.
Oh, you mean like a net, not like I have a net.
No, yeah, right. Like a big cargo net. I know that it came from me. Yeah, that's not normal. That's not ever something that's been done before. So I think there's like another form in there that's for this sort of thing, right?
I think you're talking about the things that we try to avoid the forms for.
Yeah. Okay, right, exactly. So I don't know if anybody else has been impacted similarly.
I'm gonna need the form for when an explosion makes you a genius, because in my brain it's like too much brain. Like if there was one lane and now it's a freeway. It's like if there was a jet engine and you stuff that into a bird scooter. It's kind of, there's too much. Look, it's bad. I need to watch more videos. Yeah.
Are you watching stuff right now while you're talking to us?
Yeah, I kind of have to. If I don't, it's like everything's in slow motion. I don't know why you guys are talking so slow. But I'm watching. I'm in trade school right now. I'm getting a doctorate, watching some lectures from like Howard Stark, Otto Octavius, Hank Pym. It just, take the edge off, kind of a comfort watch.
A comfort watch.
Put my hand out, and just to kind of calm him just a little. Like, it's cool. Like, center, center. Breathe.
Yeah.
We talked about that.
Yeah, center.
Yeah, center. We'll work on it. We'll work on it some more. I'm getting my yoga, like
drinking coffee with like hands shaking.
Yeah.
She's trying.
I might say, hey, Alpha, you might not need coffee.
Yeah, probably not.
Smoothies, man. You know what? We'll start working on like a smoothie routine. We'll get you.
Get you a nice lemonade. Or what else? Chai tea, something else they got here. I don't know.
Yeah. Now researching lemonade.
I think for Ava, she like just kind of holds her hand up, and then like an illusion of like flowers, just kind of cover like the middle of the table, and then she kind of closes her hand, and they like wilt, and then disappear.
Do they look like real flowers?
Yeah.
Cool.
If Alfie tries to touch one, is it solid or is it?
No, it's just an illusion.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think out the window you can see there's like a real big dog out by Frogger.
There.
Oh.
I know the dog, right? Do I see the dog? Do I know
You
the dog?
probably recognize the dog, yes.
Wait. It's she's gonna do like an 88 dog. She's gonna bring Jupiter in here. Because why is Jupiter outside? No. Why are you here?
He's a big dog too, so that's
Okay.
He's napkin for. He's an emotional support. Huge dog.
Hey, you know what? What's fun? Illusion. A safety vest onto the dog. I don't want him to be outside by himself. Someone's gonna hit him. He's a big sweetheart.
Do you know that dog?
Yes, it's my a friend of mine's dog. Jupiter. This is Jupiter. I don't know why you're here though. And like she'd pull up her phone out of her pocket. Oh, gotta stop that recording. And text her professor. Or yeah.
The professor,
Kate. Text
Kate.
Kate.
Yes.
The dog is Jupiter's here. Like I don't know what. Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out like what is the most technologically inept way you get a text back from this person.
Yes.
Like one, it's like 10 minutes minimum before there's a response.
Yeah.
I got it. It's
with at least 4 different sets of like, is typing stops. Is typing stops.
It's got to be they're using the speech to text feature, but they're in the crowded Starbucks ordering room, so you're getting like half the shouted orders from other people in the room, and then also the text message.
I just give it to Alfie to read. You make sense of this because I can't.
All right. Decoding this.
Yeah, somewhere in the middle of it is like, oh, he knows how to find his way home. He'll be okay.
Okay.
He knows how to find his way home. 2 grande flat whites. He'll be okay.
Yeah.
Mocha frappuccino, orange swizzle, like
yeah.
yeah.
I think Jupiter has an order.
Are you doing DoorDash now?
I think we were supposed to get him as usual.
The dog is a DoorDash pup. It's so good. It's so good.
Lord.
I think
I can see that in New York. I can
at
absolutely see that in New York.
And Jupiter is kind of Saint Bernard-y, like I could totally see like a little barrel.
If that's not already a thing, it's
going to be a thing.
Mike's going to make a website for it at Brick.
Yes.
know that we're playing a game right now, but I do need you guys to know that GoDaddy really wants me to repurchase tabletoptrucker.com. I had the domain for 2 years, and
Let
then
it die.
I did, and GoDaddy's not happy about it.
Yeah.
But now we've mentioned it on stream, and the internet realizes there's something to capture. So, yes, go ahead, Casey. I'm sorry.
So everybody's sharing their powers, and he kind of looks around because he's like, so, all right, so maybe some things have happened to me. I know Kung Fu now. Like, the level of, like, a black belt in judo and I can reload a weapon with the best of them, like straight John Wick levels. I don't know, John Wick, John Wick. Levels of look, I was stretching. I was like, we're gonna just ease on past that. Not one of my greatest moments.
Is John Wick in the MCU?
And so, like,
I forget like where the John Wick comics lined up. Are they a Marvel?
Dark Horse.
They're Dark Horse.
Horse.
Shit, we definitely can't say it in.
Yeah, I think they're Dark Horse.
We definitely can't say that name in Marvel Multiverse. That would be bad.
No. Deadpool. There we go. We'll go with that one. So, like, I don't know. I mean, watch this. And he gets up and he does like a double backflip into a run kick, and it looks eerily like a video game character, like of some kind. I'm like I shouldn't be able to do this. Like, I can scrap, but this is kind of awesome. Also, I don't know. I feel so, Mike. I got a question.
Yes.
My copy trait. I got copy trait and copy ability, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I have on my thing. How does that work? My ability, like my copy of ability, right?
Those are cool.
Let's see. Copy ability. Copy ability character picks one ability score of another character within 10 spaces and duplicates it. They now use that ability score in place of their own. So that's like, oh, I see somebody else who's like super agility, and now I'm super agility. And
That's cool.
trait
All right, so
is you pick a trait off somebody
cats.
within 10 spaces and duplicate that. Yeah.
I'm playing with the video game thing because it's 10 spaces, but like,
Yeah.
it's like I look at Cat's character. He's like, I've also realized I can do this, and I do the same flower thing. It's not as strong as her, weaker, but it's like, yeah.
So
So
I don't know if you can do that, but you can rattle off legalese.
It's my traits, not my okay.
Oh, okay.
I think
Not
you
power.
so you
okay.
could be like as smart as Alfie if you wanted, at your own risk.
Yeah, why don't you just take that one?
Well, so here's the thing, right? I like that better. I was like, look, I look at her and I start speaking the same loyal language as them two. And it's like, I just know this now. I don't know why. I've never cracked a law book in my life. But now I know how to circumvent, taxes.
So, wait,
legally.
Hold on. Are you telling me that you could go into, like, take and pass the bar exam?
That better not be what you can do.
I mean, you'd have to make sure you were borrowing talent from someone who actually was going to pass, right? But
like, that's the thing. Yeah, like, I think my trait thing is like a little permanent. The ability thing, not so much. I have to continuously like absorb it in. But like, let's say I hang out for a day and then like go decide, hey, I'm gonna pay the $300 to go past the bar. I could be a loyal tomorrow, or I can go and become a cop, or your job, or welding, or any of that. Like, it goes away after a day or two. But
it costs way more than $300. He just sits back with her drink.
Look, I got
just take the test by skipping the years of school.
She's just gonna sit back here and pout. That's all.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know about how it is in MCU world, because I bet that like there's even more room for lawyers with all this like destruction that happens all the time, right? But today it is $250 to go and sign up for the exam.
Not if you go.
I was right.
Not if you go to Columbia and you go and you get all your classes there, and you have to spend another 3 years. And
you have to do it again in America when they find out you got it in Columbia.
That's right. Oh my god, that's so good.
It's not just about.
All I'm saying is that I now have a.
Sorry, go ahead.
Look, all I'm saying is like I got hacked, and I now have Infinity cheat codes. It's kind of dope.
Okay. So,
wait, what about Angel?
I was about to ask, Angel, if all of you have it and I have something, stands to reason Angel has something too. Have any of you heard from him in the last couple of days?
No.
I'm texting him right now.
Seeing how we still have a government.
What does that mean?
It's a good start.
Were you and Angel working on something that we need to know about?
No. Listen to me. Me and Angel be talking, right? And we are both in agreement that the system sucks.
Then become a public defender.
Burn the system down? Or I'm more... Huh?
I said then become a public defender.
Well,
$300.
Right. See, I'm with you. I'm with you.
This is gonna be
work
the
within
game
the
where
system.
PC and I were nice.
The system.
So,
right.
So wait,
he's like, I want to change the system within.
All right, I think Lita. Before I have questions for you, but I'm not going to ask them until we finish Lita's work. So, Lita, do you have any other questions for us before we have a conversation that you can't be a part of?
Lita is there, and she has gone into her pack, and she's pulled out like a tablet, and she's like swiping through a bunch of stuff, and she's like, Alpha, give me that napkin. Gets a napkin from him, takes out a pen, and she writes down an address on it, and she'll slide that across to Renkov, like lock the tablet, like put it back in her bag, like take her stuff and like put it back in the bag. She's like, anybody asks, you're the one who went into HR resources to get his address. Like,
thank you. And he'll like fold it up and put it into his shirt pocket or something like that. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Lita.
I'm going to go downstairs and drink to forget.
Real quick, before you leave.
Yep. And for your troubles, and he'll pass her a $25 Starbucks gift card.
Hell yeah.
Where like you can tell that the code was already like a quarter way scratched off. And he's like, no, I'll give this one away.
She's like, I'd rather drink out of a tap outdoors.
Exactly.
like leaves it on the table and like departs.
Wait, ma'am, I got a question.
Like, yes.
Does this hurt my chances of getting into the union?
Why are you talking to her? I'm the boss of the leader. You're fine. You're fine.
She's the lawyer of the union.
The president of the. I'm the president of the union. You drop my name on the application and you're fine.
Mine is more like
cool.
Yeah, I will. I'll reach out to you because my parents have questions.
Great. I look forward to speaking with them. Thanks. And she'll go.
Okay. So
yes, your parents. Where do they live again? Connecticut.
Just Connecticut. Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Casey, your character's name is Caustic, right?
Yes, his character name, his superhero name's Caustic.
Oh, that's right. I probably don't know that one yet. Okay. Well, okay.
No, Lucius.
Yeah. So, Lucius, are you telling me that we need to be worried about him, like, getting involved in something? Because we can go look in on him, but if you're telling me that he might be involved in high crimes, maybe we don't go looking in on him.
No. I mean, so it all depends on what your definition of crime is, but really,
it's not my definition. It's not my definition. It's Iron Man's definition. All right, we all know the world we live in right now. It's Iron Man's definition. So,
well, he's not in that. I don't see him doing that because he doesn't want to hurt innocent people.
Okay, so he's not going to become.
So he's probably, like I said, no. The still a government is probably a good thing. He probably hasn't gone off the deep end. It is weird though he hasn't shown up because the boy takes free coffee all.
Yep. Okay. And he hasn't responded to your text, right, Alfie?
Yeah, no. I mean, even if he's not into anything, like we all got attacked by those flashbang guys.
Yeah.
Maybe they're still looking for him or for us right now. I think if we know where he might be, if that's his address, I think we gotta go save him or something, right? The whole reason that I made, Frogger Mark II is to, maximize the prevention of shit going down. It's not debris clearing up. It's rescue.
Yeah.
We gotta do hero shit.
I guess.
Yeah, all your texts to him are like marked as like delivered but unread.
Superhero suit?
Mm-hmm.
What was that, Casey?
Oh, does that mean we get superhero suits?
I licked Terenkov like we need his permission.
That's your time, your dime, right? Like, I don't know.
No capes.
You're a super now. How do you feel?
How do I feel? Not great. The whole super thing.
Oh, come on, man.
Dude, I've been cleaning up their messes for 2 decades at this point. Now I'm in the club. No, I'm not in the club. Like that doesn't feel right. Just doesn't.
Hear me out, boss man. Hear me out, right? Oh, go ahead, David.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, look, I know you got problems with the supers. I completely understand. you're the guy that can change the view of the supers, right? You can do better than them. You can be the beacon that we all need to rally behind. This is how the job should be done correctly.
I appreciate that. I really do. That's a great sentiment. That's a fantastic sentiment. But Lucius, I'm effectively like a budget Spider-Man. Ain't nobody gonna listen to me. Okay? I'm I can make a net. Awesome. Right? Like I'm not Iron Man or Captain America or none of these people, I'm nobody even gonna listen to. So I'd just be on the inside but frustrated. I could walk the halls and drink from their fancy coffee cups, but I'm worse than Peter Parker, and he doesn't have nothing. He doesn't get a vote even. I don't even think he's get a seat at the table still. And all I can do is a cargo net, let alone a fucking web.
We can call him Spider-Man, but nobody knows he's Peter Parker.
Spider-Man is
That's right.
New
That's
York.
right. My apologies. We don't know that by now.
Peter Parker?
Actually,
What are you talking about?
Peter who? What does he have to do with this?
The guy that's like
So confused on timelines.
Is this Homecoming?
It's after Homecoming, right? Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Doctor Strange like did a flashbang to everybody's memory and like everybody forgot.
God damn.
Yeah.
See, I'm all fucked up on NC timeline shit.
Yeah.
What do we even know?
Like at the end of the
Doctor
so
Strange
nobody
just
knows
comes
who
in
Spider-Man
and
is
edits
anymore.
everybody's minds.
Edits everybody.
For a couple of days, there was like 3 Spider-Men. Like that's.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah, there was 3 Spider-Mans.
So I think maybe we find out where Angel is, and then some of us decide what we want to do with whatever this might be. Just because we have a thing doesn't mean we have to be it or use it.
Yeah. That's true. But the way I see it, look, I'm not 100% happy about this, he says, like to Renkov. I mean, before I was just a forklift operator. Things were fine. I had no responsibility. And with no power comes no responsibility. Things were good. But now that I can do something, I feel like I feel like if I tried tonight, I'm pretty sure I could cure asthma. So now I'm an asshole if I don't do that.
That does make you an asshole if you don't do that.
Yeah. But there's a lot of stuff I could do. I could also, rescue people in a giant frog suit, which is
I mean, what is
important.
What is the greatest good you could do with with talents you have?
Yeah,
Rescue people with your frog suits.
I'm
pretty good.
Sure, I can do more good in a giant robotic frog suit than I can, going into medicine. But
I mean, if you ever want to circle back to that, like curing asthma thing, I think I probably know a couple investors.
Yeah, you were talking about your parent. Who are your parents? Are they lawyers or are you rich?
This isn't about me. This is about Angel. We need to figure out where they are, right? Like they still haven't responded to your text,
The
right?
uber rich thing, guys.
No, I'm not. No, I'm a pre-law student. I'm a poor college student. But
Right.
who somehow affords to live in the city. But yeah, even while school's not in session.
it's so weird.
Law school is really, really competitive. Even though you're legacy, you still got to get those community credits in. We get it.
I mean, you do. I'm gonna make a difference.
All right, you're all making great points, and it's true. It's true. You know, we have this abilities. We should do good with them, and I absolutely intend to do that. It's just I'm really kind of focused on reducing the collateral damage that our type tends to bring to problem solving. So there would be some moments going forward where I might defer to doing less harm on the street than maybe other crews would be willing to do. That's I guess that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying is harm reduction. Right? Trolley problem, we just take the trolley off the tracks and then everybody's fine. Because who says the trolley has to go forward at all? Right? Come on. Just remove it.
I mean, we got a frog now that can pick up a building, so
Pretty sure I can stop a trolley now.
There, see, all right, we're good. We're good.
Are you suggesting we're gonna stick together as like a team?
Well, we got to figure this out. There's apparently somebody could be hunting us. I don't really want to be hunted alone. Right, Alfie? I think that was you that said that they might be hunting us since they were down there when we all got zapped. They might have an interest in all that.
Yeah, somebody hired those guys or sent them.
Okay,
yeah, they definitely didn't just wander in, right?
Yeah.
Like they were following you because they knew you were going down there, which maybe implies that they knew something was down there that they wanted and they needed a way cleared to it.
Did we hear like the "I'm free" thing that you mentioned? Like, did we as characters hear that?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so there's that too, right?
Yeah.
We all heard that part. Yeah.
Can't believe I forgot that part. That was super weird.
I mean, I kind of thought that was like a computer thing, but it might not have been
Like
a computer
Ultron?
thing. That's terrifying. That guy did a lot of damage.
Oh Lord, no!
Oh. Everyone's like, "Oh, damn it!"
All right, well, let's go find Angel.
Yeah,
and keep an eye out for Ultron.
Yeah, I'll text
I
him.
just it was the thing that came to mind. I'm sorry.
Good times.
That man went to pick up a whole damn building and dropped it on Iron Man. I don't want to deal with that man.
It's not a man, it's a robot. Right?
Yeah, there was many robots at one point. Yes,
he's technically an AI, so like it depends on your definition. God damn, I've been too close next to you because now I'm doing legal terms.
All right, let's go to Angel's place. See what's going on. Right, wake him up.
Yeah, maybe they're just chilling.
Yeah, I'm sure that's all it is.
Yeah.
In the interest of trying to move things along, and then we could go to break and come back. We head out. We take the subway to the nearest subway station. We get out. We start to head towards where we know Angel's address is. Along the way, there's an alleyway that, hey, everything's all scorched up, and there's this one bum back there, one unhomed gentleman who's back there. And if you happen to ask, hey, this is weird. What happened? We're like, there's a dumpster full of melted trash bags here. Oh, yeah. They came through last night. They tried to kids set him on fire. And then a glowing dude, like he tased him. And then and things happen. And like he's like, it's kind of on the verge of like, you're like, okay, whatever, dude. Trash fire, we get it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, it's real. See, I got this patch. And he'll let you have that. It's like, and like as he's describing, he was like, yeah, dude had this leather jacket and his hair was all like stringy and matted down, and like, kind of like more and more keeps describing Angel. And like, and he turned into fire, and then he shot fire at this guy, and the guy back up, and he glowed, and then took him, and more guys came, and they put him in the back of a van, and they took him away.
Oh, okay. So you're saying they and he didn't want to go with them. He was abducted.
No, he was fighting with the guy who got up and glowed. But then like they tased him. And then they just carried him off.
Is the patch from Angel's jacket or from the dudes?
No, it's off the dudes.
It's that A.I.M patch.
Yeah.
Did we recognize that company?
I don't know. I know if you do a little bit of research, like you can find out like they have like an office space, like a research facility somewhere.
Oh,
in the
sweet.
city.
Is it near a bodega that we might know about?
A place that we can go visit. Should we go to break? Now that we have incriminating evidence.
We can go to
Or-
break and come back and lay siege to an office.
Yeah, just
It wouldn't be
tear it down.
No.
It's a game about being superheroes and doing adventurous things. Like, just like I'm throwing all this like, oh the character, oh Smitty's like, it's like play this game right, Mike. Run this game right.
I'm just saying, it's not the first time that David, myself, and Casey have gone to break and then came back and blew up an office building. Just saying.
I'm just
But this
saying.
time I'm a low
Precedent.
collateral guy. This time I'm fighting collateral damage.
You're not trying to like
Oh,
cause something to happen.
And engineering improved explosives isn't what you're on your agenda this time. Okay,
That's right. I'm one of the good guys
Oh.
this time.
I wasn't even talking about that. I was talking about cyberpunk. Sorry.
Awesome. Yeah,
Shit, we did blow up a building.
let's go. We'll be back in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.
I saw it when I walked through.
Hello, greetings, everyone.
Greetings,
I love the captions still being like a minute behind from like whatever was talked about during the break. It's like Mike being like, everybody ready to go? It's like
Yes. It's so good. It's so good. The captions tell on us.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Any collectors out there? Hot Wheels of the hotness. Get Hot Wheels.
John is probably so excited right now.
Oh yeah.
About it. That's,
I bet he's got.
Yeah, you're gonna have like 50 messages when you like look at your Discord again from John.
Oh, is John a Hot Wheels dude? I didn't know that.
Oh my god,
Oh,
dude!
God.
He's such a Hot Wheels man.
he's got collections and pictures in the channel and all that sort of stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
If he's in the stream, I know a guy that has a gasser from the 2016 convention. John, if you would like to talk to me, 2% commission.
2% commission. Shut up.
That should tell you how much that gasser is.
John is not gonna buy some ultra rare Hot Wheel off of a dude who knows a dude.
What year was it? What year was it?
Dude, I think it was like 2016's dinner convention.
Dude.
Okay.
So our
So
show
bad.
comes back from a break. We fade back in, and we see pan across the front of a building, signs of Bellwether Crematory Services. And we kind of go inside. Since I couldn't just call it Bellwether Crematorium, just do it out of the box. There's something to it. But we go inside and we see HP, the funeral director, collar unbuttoned, tie loosened, still has the jacket, like maybe kind of holding it under his arm or something. Because he has to dress up for his job, and he's there. And there's a guy with kind of like long, sort of curly hair that's like pulled back. He's wearing like sort of like a ratty t-shirt stuff. It's like, Craig, you have done this stuff. HP's like, Craig, you have done this kind of thing before. Like, I know you work third shift and you get away with a lot, but like if you've been using on the job, then like it's unacceptable. What are you talking about? And the guy's like, no, man, I'm telling you, it's the real thing. I swear to God, shadows came in and stole it. It's like, you think ghosts came in and stole a corpse from you. It's like, I saw it, man. I saw it with my own eyes. I just like right in, and like it was gone, man, gone. It's like, well, we can't not give these people the remains of their loved one. Like, we can't not give them anything. It's like, well, I got others that like weren't picked up before. They're like, they like, well, I'll put one of those in there or something like that. It's like, I don't even, and like just kind of like turns and like walks out like HP does. And we see Craig like going back into like the shelves to like look through boxes to try to find like and a set of cremains that has not been picked up that is going to go unnoticed. And we pan across this box that's like towards the front. This is Smithwick, Seamus.
Seamus. Michael. Michael. You hawking, Seamus.
Seamus Smittick. Smitty to his friends.
Okay. All right. I thought that Smitty's was getting Seamus's remains.
No.
Now I understand what's going on. Okay, thank you.
Yes,
this is something the audience gets to see.
Yes,
but the players don't get to know.
There's a bunch of orcs behind the trees over there, but you haven't seen them yet. What do you do?
Step forward lightly, confident in my abilities to walk through a forest.
I was gonna walk over to the river then.
That's right. Yeah. I guess there's no reason for us to go down to the bottom of the funeral home and start asking questions. Because suddenly I feel like that's our next step.
Yeah, it'll pan across, and there's like, Smithwick, come on, Seamus, and like you see like a spider crawl down the side. But yes, before we went to break, we had discussed and kind of like all explained to some extent our powers to one another. We had realized that Angel is not among us, and then we went to go try to go out to where Angel lives, and an unhomed gentleman explained to us that he had been in a fight the night before and that he had been abducted by someone who had a jacket with this patch for A.I.M that had come off in the fray.
He also said that Angel was fighting like a glowing man. Was that right?
He fought him, and he like Angel turned into fire and like shot fire at him, and then this guy, he was all burned up and like he was all ripped up, and he stood up and he started glowing from the inside, and like he just like kind of like all just came back together, and
Gotcha. All right.
So yeah, the where's everybody at? Are we going to try to look into A.I.M, or are we going to try to like do something else? Where do we want to head for here?
Do we even want to check Angels while we're...
I was just thinking that, like, maybe we should still go to Angel's building and maybe ask around about him or something. Like, I feel like there might still be something that we should do at Angel's, like find his landlord and say, hey, if you see Angel, I'm looking for him, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Brief puppy invasion.
Not that ever goes well, but
I certainly can ask. Like, we can go ask his super or whatever.
Yeah, I think Mike, if you have more to this, we should do it. But if you wanted to kind of fast pace this one, the goal would be to go to his like building, find his landlord or whoever is like normally outside the building and would see Angel.
Somebody in building administration of some sort.
Right. And didn't he have like a really fun landlord that was like feuding with? Like
no, that's me.
No, it's you. Damn it. All right, fair enough. But yeah, we find somebody who's like always on the stoop or whatever, right? It's like, hey, if you see him, he's got friends that are worried about him, tell him to call us, kind of deal.
I think you can find somebody to be like, oh yeah, the super lives in like, there's like the stairs that kind of go to the main door to go in, and then there's like the basement apartment underneath. It's like, yeah, the super lives down there. You might know. Like, I've seen whoever was around, but it's just like another like resident of like the building.
Okay.
If you go knock on the door, it is Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger Force, pretty much. If you've ever watched that.
Good.
It's like aging, balding, tank top, like sweatpants and flip flops. Yeah, what do you want? Hey, you see that guy? You tell him, rent was due on the 1st. It's like, yeah, he's up in apartment 4B, and like on the door, there's like one taped up thing that's like, notice of back rent and threat of eviction, and like taped up next to it there's another letter that's just like Sharpie on a piece of paper, just fuck off. Like,
okay, all right, yeah. Okay, checks out.
Door unlocked.
No, and he was not going to unlock it for you because he's like, look, I might need to sell that stuff to make up the money he owes me, and I ain't letting his friends just show up and just, we're looking for our friend and we're gonna take all his shit. Like, nah, that's he doesn't show up with my check. That's mine. it's going down to the pawn shop. Well, Jimmy down there, we got a sweet arrangement that he's gonna we're gonna make it right.
We don't need to hear about how you and Jimmy make it right. Just here's my card. If you see Angel, have him call us.
Like, yeah, and he'll look at the card, and it's like like superhero cleanup teamsters. Like, it's like,
Right? Yeah, exactly. It's like
oh yeah, I know you guys. You cleaned up after whatever happened down the block a couple months ago, or there was that guy who was like kicking people's butts on tops of buildings, and like the guy with a machine gun. I don't know. Anyway, like, yeah, you guys came through. You had to patch up the brickwork for the bullet holes, or something. The city's going to hell. Everything's going to hell. I'm just trying to. Everything's bad.
So Angel's a part of the group that does that. He's normally not one to be late. So we're a little worried for him.
I think you'll say something like how he's not one to be late, and he will just like as if that kid's never paid the rent on time the entire time he's lived here. And
that's right.
Yeah.
He's not one to not show up. How about that?
Yeah. Well, I ain't seen him in a couple days. You see him, you tell him rent's due.
Okay. You got it. Yeah, I don't want to like break into his house or anything like that. Like, we'll just motor along.
Yeah. All right, fine.
I guess while that's happening, while that conversation's happening, can I look up this company? Or no, Alfie. Maybe Alfie and I can work on looking up what this company is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll use my weak Google foo skills, but I'll let Alfie actually do the work.
Yeah. Is this something that requires a skill, or is it easy enough to find some kind of info on them?
It's easy enough to find some info on them. I think let's make it some kind of a check, and then we can be like, hey, does this turn up useful information for trying to get into a place? We can definitely identify A.I.M exists, right? They have offices in multiple cities all over the place, and they definitely didn't involve exploding a tanker a couple of years ago or something like that. And anyway,
damn, we're in a tight spot.
Definitely didn't spend a lot of money being public relations. We're not associated with that guy who kept putting out weird terrorist manifesto videos. No.
I don't know what the references are. I don't know what movie we're talking about. I'm sorry.
I think that's Iron Man 2, the Iron Man nobody talks about.
Yes, A.I.M. Yeah.
Not the strongest of the Iron Man movies.
Okay, gotcha.
All right. Would this maybe be a logic check?
Yes. So this can be a logic check.
Okay.
I think finding any information that they exist isn't that difficult. Finding locations that they're at in New York City, we can also be here's a list of options. I think finding what's likely to be this particular one is probably going to be difficult, which means the target number is a 13.
Okay. I have 4 in logic. I also have brilliance 1, so I think that means I can add another 1 to logic checks other than attack.
Yeah, there's a little word balloon next to it, I think.
Yeah.
There it goes. Perfect.
That's cool.
Yes, another +1 bonus to logic checks other than attacks.
Cool.
All right. And I will roll logic. D616 system. Hey! So I got 1, 5, and 6 with my logic of 4. That's 16.
Nice.
And another +1 for 17. So yes.
17. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, cross-referencing other like city plans where it's like, well, if they're really trying to do something, it's like, this one's definitely an office. It's just a floor in an office building. That one's like a floor in like a medical building where they have like a research lab access and stuff like that. It's like, but there's this one where it's like a warehouse type district where it's like, yeah, that's definitely the one where like if you're gonna do something that you don't want people seeing and you need a lot of space to do it in, like you do it down by the docks in this building. Like,
cool.
Yeah, I relay all of that. So yeah, are we gonna roll up to this place and I don't know, check it out first or knocking on the door?
Mike, just look at your chat.
oh, sorry, I heard something happen and then I didn't. Yes, there is. There's.
Continue on, Alfie.
All right. I mean, I think we head down there, but that's as far as I've strategized this plan.
I don't know how one really does this thing, like without being incredibly conspicuous.
Well, you need a superhero suit.
Have you seen the neon colors that they wear? They are not in season.
Yeah, we got to blend in. I'm like in the Frogger suit right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still like in my like button down.
I'm in a summer dress over here, guys. Come on.
In October, it's chilly. Like that's
All right.
I'm comfy.
I think what we could do that would be pretty straightforward is go look at this place, go, ask some, maybe ask around, see if there's see if it's got some spooky rumors, see if like it's one of those places that like people don't like to talk about, and kind of put together is this the sort of place we could just walk up into, or that we need to be like, do we need to call somebody, or do we need to like sneak? And if we were to sneak, how would we sneak?
I'm glad you brought sneaking up, David, because as you guys are talking,
My name is Rencock, but yes,
Rencock. I'm glad you said that because as you all are talking, a notable member is missing. Mike, I would like to sneak onto the fire escape to his room. Not go in it, just look in the window.
okay. Yes, we can have a scene where it's Lucius climbing the fire escape, heading up to the outside of 4B.
That's awesome.
Are you like trying to be particularly secretive about it or anything like that, or just?
I should hope so.
God, I would hope.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely being secretive about it.
If you're gonna say, Owen, this is Casey doing Casey things.
Absolutely.
Gotcha.
Which we're all here for. Totally here for.
So is that agility? Like what's stealth?
Yeah, that would be an agility.
All right, go.
9. So that should have been like target number 11 to start. It was call it routine. That's a 9. That's a success. There probably is a moment where like you're climbing up and like you're climbing up and it's not like you've reached that floor yet, but like there's a window and like you like back up against the wall because it's like the woman inside is like, I'm just saying this thing's been busted for like 4 days now and you haven't finished. Like, yeah, well, I gotta wait for the parts to come in. Like, like,
I know that feeling. I just feel for her. I feel for her. I feel a little less bad a little less bad what I'm doing right now. Yeah.
Yeah, what there's happened there?
So I get to and I just want to like look in and see like if there's anything I can see is is what's going on in Israel. Like, is it just a normal messy apartment? Has it been ransacked? Like anything like that?
It is probably hard to tell where one of those would end and the other begins.
That's fair.
Right?
Oh my god, he's been attacked.
His place is totally tossed. Oh
They
wait,
tore
no,
the place up.
he's just a slob.
There's also
I
three
wanna
more
lean-
people asleep in here, and I don't know what the hell's
I
going on.
wanna lean into my former experience of being a criminal
Mhm.
and being somebody who has ransacked apartments. I want to
Yeah,
look
what
to
kind of
see if I
criminal were
You were
see.
you?
that kind of criminal.
Oh my god.
I got busted for breaking and entering. Yes.
To people's
Um,
houses?
Yeah, give me your vigilance.
Yes. Yes.
And
Does
the
this
cop
does
was
this
worried
place
about-
look like I hit this place?
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
does it look like I hit this place?
No.
Red
It
dot
looks
was
yeah, like trying to figure out what the hell happened in this place. It looks like a hurricane hit it. It looks like at the heart of the matter is like there are probably multiple people living in here, none of whom really care about the space. So like it's just like uncared for in general.
Oh, shit.
But also like it looks like maybe somebody was in there. Like some of the stuff isn't as chaotic as you would expect it to be. Like somebody might have been in there doing something with some of the stuff and like put it back better than they found it. But they did it.
Oh shit.
Well, here's the hook. Now, isn't it?
Somebody's
Is it-
got a girlfriend. God damn it. Randomly cleaning up shit.
How much women shit has she thrown away?
That's right.
All right. So I
Not
look
my
around.
Legos.
I'm like,
Oh,
all right.
don't even-
Well,
like that is
we got.
Hot Wheels.
I'll look. And I'm like, well, at least they got somebody that can take care of them. And I just go on and make my way back down, and like rejoin the group. I'll roll again to be stealthy if I have to.
I think it's okay to keep the roll that you had from before and be like that.
Okay.
We'll just
Now,
reuse
hold on a
that
second.
as
Like,
getting back down.
I'm making a joke that somebody has a girlfriend, right?
That's fair. Yeah.
But like, does it really look like somebody like
It doesn't
Little
like
peony.
it doesn't look like somebody like was like, oh, I'm going to tidy up. It looked to someone familiar with the idea of like, if I showed up and I was here to toss the place, like
Oh, okay. My
that's
fault. I
put back
misunderstood
together
you.
better than if I had just left it tossed.
All right. So now
Yeah,
I'm gonna
that-
retcon that.
sorry, I'm making jokes and Mike's trying to drop real hints.
So let me reverse that, because now I'm like, I want to get in there. So Mike, I want to break in quietly.
Okay.
It just so happens this window's been pre-jimmied.
No, because I have.
New rolls.
Because,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, another thing that I have is a signature weapon.
Of course you do, Casey. Of course you do.
What's it? What's your signature
Gun axe. It
weapon?
has to be a gun axe. That's
It's a gun axe.
Not a
Gun
gun
axe.
axe.
I never
It
noticed
is
this
a-
claymore you've been carrying.
It is a family heirloom. It's part of my backstory that I have not explained to anyone. It
Blade
is
gun.
in my head. No, it is a K-bar knife, U.S. military
Okay.
grade.
All right. Yeah, sure.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, like it's a legitimate like Marine K-bar. So he just has it on him because he's not allowed to have guns. Is
Right.
the law as he sees it.
And as long as it's under a certain number of inches, it's not
Yeah,
technically a
it's
sword.
not technically a weapon. He also has a pair of brass knuckles that are classified as paperweights.
Okay.
Yep,
I'm
reformed.
pretty sure brass
Reformed.
knuckles are illegal in most states.
Yeah.
Because you can
why
like
they sell them
accidentally
as
kill people
paperweight.
with those.
That's why they sell them as paperweights.
Yeah.
Fair.
So what do I need to jimmy this? Probably very, because you've made it established this guy does not do repairs, so this is probably not a very well taken care of window.
You did establish that,
Yeah.
Mike. You did
This
establish
is
Yeah.
it's true. All right.
What
all
do
right.
I got to roll to fuck up this window?
I'm just saying the last guy who needed this place probably broke the lock on this window getting in.
Someone left a crowbar here.
Yeah, that's right.
I tried to have that. I was like, I got it.
Little
It's-
pry bars just leaned up against the wall on this fire
Already.
escape.
All it is
Sloppy
like,
work. Sloppy work.
Jimmy, the window. There's a hole straight through the wall.
Yeah.
Didn't
There's a big
bother.
gap in the brick. Like, yeah.
Didn't happen to describe that earlier.
Yeah.
You didn't say you inspected the building. You said
Yeah.
you looked in the window.
What
Who all
building
has had that DM
trade have you
before?
picked up with your powers? Like, that's, yeah.
Who all has played with that GM?
Always
I'm
that
thinking
G.
melee.
I was thinking agility.
Nice
That's
try,
fine.
Casey.
Hey, look,
Right.
angle from my.
You gotta go for it, man. You gotta go
You,
for
you
it.
miss 100% of the shots you don't take, right? That's so. Regular target number's 11. We'll say that this is like kind of bashed up, so it's routine, which brings the target number down to a 9.
All right, I want to use my. Can I use my? I need an edge here. Give me an edge.
Wait,
Use
what?
an edge.
Is this?
I got an 8. I got an 8. And I want to reroll.
Nate. Okay.
But
Well, hang on. There is also a system in the game called Karma, and this is why I made everybody take a heroic tag, which I was not able to successfully add with the Roll20 sheet. So sorry, because you can only spend Karma if you have the heroic tag, or if you're a villain. And I'm being extremely mean. But Karma is sort of like Will was in Red Markets. After a roll, you can spend Karma to gain an edge on the roll.
Mm-hmm.
After a roll, you can spend it to give trouble to an opponent's roll, which is like the opposite of edge. They have to reroll a die and like take the lower value. Or you can spend Karma to recover health or focus. So like that's like healing. But like yes, you just rank 1 characters. We have 1 Karma. You can spend your Karma to gain an edge that you can spend to change one of your dice.
I will be changing one of my dice.
Okay.
There you go.
Hey.
Why did they do it twice? Take the first one. I got 11.
Okay. 11's a success. Yeah. There's like the windows have been painted a bunch of times and they're all crusty and there's still like this huge gap between them. So like you can like get the edge of the knife in and like swipe it across and like see the thing unlatch in front of you. Like the hardest part is actually getting the window to move. Like getting it unlocked was fine. Getting it's like
is that lead paint, man? It just holds fast.
Hold on to
I think he takes a mental note to be like, maybe boss man can like get the building inspector down here and shut this dude down. This is garbage. Why would he live here?
Rent control.
That's right.
Rent control.
That's right. That's called a super that lets you pay your rent 8 days late. That's what that's called.
So yeah, I carefully get in there to like not step on anything important.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably harder than what it looks like.
There's also a distinction between like not stepping on something important and not stepping on something gross. Like,
oh my Tims! Why is there 3-day-old Chinese food on the floor?
Have you met Angel?
I like that the session where Ethan's gone like, yeah, your apartment's fucking disgusting. Just
They're gonna
taking
get back.
liberties.
They're gonna get back and like, look, I will never leave my character alone with you guys again.
He had it written in his backstory that he's a very neat person.
Yeah, right.
this is actually entirely an act. Anytime he's at home, his like dressed like Mr. Rogers.
Yeah.
Everything's spotless.
Okay, wait a second.
With the
100%,
jacket.
that is also Ethan's character.
With a little-
Like,
Yeah.
with
very
the little
much.
sweater and
Yeah.
the like soft slippers.
Mhm,
Mr.
mhm.
Rogers was a gem.
God bless that
So-
man.
So yes, he's a fun one of the shelves here too, somewhere. Well, I think he's over here. That's little Funko Pop, Mr. Rogers. That's,
No,
Oh, nice.
I thought it was an RPG, and I'm like,
I know.
wait.
I was like, what? There's a Mr. Rogers RPG. Fucking Daniel Tiger.
Hell yeah.
that's it. Next game, we're running a Mr. Rogers themed campaign, and we're using Tingleverse to do it. That's
Oh god!
Either
Oh
that
god!
or-
No! The board.
Yes.
The board.
Yes.
So,
you know, for all of Chuck Tingle's reputation, Tingleverse is like none of that. It's like it does not go in any of those places. That's
Mhm.
yes. So you're able to get inside of this apartment, this like tiny war zone apartment. Make your way over to where there's like this stuff where it's like that doesn't look the way it would be if I was in here like trying to search for something, right? Like it's this like
Yeah.
it's the pile of like all the spam that comes in the mail, like just constantly, and it's just like piled on the end of the counter, but also like the sink kind of leaks, so it's like this big stack of like old damp catalogs that have like fused into place.
Lord have mercy.
That's like some Fight Club shit right there.
So So what do I like? So what do I need to roll to
but
try to key? Oh, my fault. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was like, what do I need to roll to like key in on? Like, yep, that's definitely what's missing, or yep, that's definitely not what's supposed to be here.
You know, I think the vigilance roll from before kind of held like
Oh, okay.
you spotted something's out of whack.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like it's over here in this like stack of dank mail.
At this point, I have definitely put my shirt over my mouth, not for to hide my identity, because there's probably a smell.
Yeah. Oh, there's. Let me explain the many smells. It's like,
No, we're good. We're good.
but yeah, there's like you can see where like there's a pile here that has been like moved, and then like put back in a different position.
Can I'll look through the pile. Yeah, I'm gonna look through the pile and
Okay.
look over there to see like what I can
You
figure
look
out
through the
what's on
pile, and like there's a point where like all the stuff that's kind of like dank and matted together, kind of like has been separated, and like in there's this one like it's black. It's about the size of a credit card, but it's like maybe a little thicker. Like if you had two credit cards pressed back to back, like that size. But it's like black brushed metal with like a little red light on it that's kind of like not super blinking, but it's like boop, boop, boop. And like as you're like there, it's like it feels like it's blinking a little bit faster in your presence.
Good.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
This is not great. So
What part
There's
gave
part of
you
it-
that thought?
I was like, there's a part of me that wants to take it, but now it's blinking faster than anything I know about Mike. That ain't good.
I'm the problem. Okay.
Yeah. Good, Mike. Nope.
You and your filthy blinking, Mike.
Yeah.
Before we go any further, Mike, is this building attached to an orphanage in any way, shape, or form? Funeral home, not a funeral home. Elder care facility.
We missed you, Casey.
So
You're
I'm gonna go through my Rolodex of really crappy action movies that I've been watching to get like things. Is this a bomb?
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my God.
Hey, I don't know, man. Try to figure it out.
Oh, fuck. All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna use my zero logic.
That's better than mine, dude. You're batting 1,000.
Determining if it's a bomb is difficult, right? Like that's which is a 13 and you got a 14. All right.
Oh yeah.
Hey!
This is not a bomb.
Yay!
Oh.
It's worse.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
It does appear though that like it's a couple credit cards thick, and on the side, like there's this teeny tiny little slot, and like you can just kind of barely get your fingernails in there, pull it,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a SIM card in it. Like the SIM cards that are in phones to get them to connect to the cellular network.
Oh, it's okay. So he takes a big sigh of relief, like, okay, I'm not gonna say that yet. And because this is obviously like way ahead tech and that he has right now. So he's gonna pocket it. So like I don't want to shut it off. So yeah, I'm gonna pocket it, and then I'm going to leave the building, or leave out the way I came. Trying to don't ignore that. I didn't mean to hit that. Trying to like basically backtrack my steps to make it look like I wasn't there.
Okay. Do you take the chip out of it, or do you put it back in? Do you leave it?
I mean, I'm gonna separate him because I don't know what it's doing, but I want to give it to Alfie. So, do I need to roll anything to sneak back out and sneak down the gantry?
Yeah. Give me another agility check to try to sneak back down. You do hear like downstairs, like that woman's apartment that Carl was helping out in. Like the window opens and you can hear them talking even louder now. It's like, well, I mean, if the smell bothers you, you just keep the window open. That's how it's gonna be. The parts will be in any day now. Like,
oh my! I just wait for them to leave. Oh,
that's good. That was a good roll.
Yeah,
14's
yeah.
good.
So I just wait long.
Whatever is down there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I just wait for him to leave and then just like parkour down quickly but quietly as possible. And all right, what's up, dudes? So how y'all doing? What's up? What we doing?
How long was he gone?
Hmm.
I'm just asking a question.
As he's
5
coming
to
back,
10
Alfie's like,
minutes? Yeah.
well, it's not like we can just break into his room, right?
No, that would be stupid. No.
Oh yeah.
You definitely don't want to.
Oh yeah. No, breaking into his room definitely didn't do that. Also, Alfie, here, catch. I toss you that.
What the?
Don't worry about it.
Where did you get that
It fell in my hands.
from?
The sky.
Oh, and he wants to be in the union.
Okay, fine. Yeah, I may look. Don't do that. Look, I may have gotten a little bored. My brain got a little ADHD, and I climbed up and I went to go look through the window just to make sure it wasn't ransacked, and it was definitely ransacked. He points at his boots that are covered in like whatever Chinese food's left in it. But like,
We
you
smell
ever
you.
been into? Please don't. Hey, do you have any perfume, by the way? I need to get rid of the funk. Anyway,
Is Lomain usually furry? That's
it's like he's like, and like also like, check it. So I may have used some skill sets that I had in the past that I may have got me into Rikers. Okay. Because when I looked in there, there were things put back neater than it should have been. So I got curious, went in there, and in a very smelly pile of old magazines, like catalogs, everybody. definitely was this little black box in there. Okay, and it was beeping. Luckily, it's not a bomb. Definitely, probably a tracker. I took the SIM card out to separate the two because I was like, you know, he's our friend and
Yeah.
stuff, and maybe he can figure it out.
Yeah, could I try to identify this or like see what I can glean from investigating this thing?
Yes. Yes, you can.
All right. I'm gonna assume that's logic.
It's logic and it's difficult, so the target's a 13, which I still don't
Nice.
think it's going to be a problem for you at all.
Yeah. 14, 15 with brilliance.
Nice.
And it's a marvelous success or a fantastic success, or however the hell they call it.
Yes.
It's not just a crit; it has to be themed. It
Fantastic.
has to be on brand for Marvel. Yes, this is a cellular connected like listening device, like observation device. There's actually like a bunch of teeny tiny little holes around the edges where it's like running a bunch of sensors of some sort. To observe a location and keep track of things and find out when somebody may or may not have been in premises and like track locations. And there's definitely like there's a GPS chip in here as well. The marvelous success part is that you notice that there's a van that pulls out up front that's marked like Jonas and James home furnishings. And two guys get out of it. I don't think they necessarily. Well, where's Frogger parked?
Where?
Are you in?
That's the question that we all want to know.
I think because we're like on the sidewalk, I assume, right?
Yeah.
I think Frogger's like not far away. I think Frogger's. Well, actually, I'll say I leave Frogger kind of like across the street in an alley, so as not to like be super conspicuous, but it's like within my
it's nearby. Okay,
it's nearby.
But it's not like in like it's not here directly next to you.
Yes. I'm just like leaning against this battle suit.
I think like and Lucy's went up like the fire escape in like the alley space beside the side, so you're probably like off to the side, maybe off beyond the edge of the building there. Which is when you see this like home furnishings van roll up, and two guys get out and like kind of like get a bag and like start into the building. And Alfie, you're definitely the one that notices that like one of those guys is like one of the guys that used to hang out in the front of the bodega across the street from the work site.
Okay. Oh, fuck. Yeah. Putting it together. Alfie's like, yeah, this is definitely some kind of bug and a tracker. And what the fuck is that guy doing here? Sort of like subtly like nod to the others and like draw attention and say like, this guy, something's fishy with this guy. He has been watching our work site or something.
Yeah, like they probably have like a protective cased small tablet kind of thing that they like pull up like swiping at the screen, kind of like looking up at the building.
Yeah,
and they like stash that away and like go inside.
Okay, and I know that Lucius sort of like disabled the GPS like functionality of this, or is it still live?
He pulled the SIM card out, which is how it would connect to the cell network. Yeah,
gotcha. Okay.
So
is it still on?
It still has power, but like it's probably like the one light that was like kind of like going is probably still kind of going, and then there's like another like orange light, like right teeny tiny orange little LED, like probably right next to that SIM card slot that's like flashing pretty actively.
Gotcha. All right.
So what do we do?
Let's let them go inside. All right. Lucius, you started all this. I want you to walk by that van and see if it has a driver still or if it's empty.
Oh, no problem. So yeah, I'm gonna go towards the van and I want to be inconspicuous.
I don't know that it's about you being inconspicuous as you walk by as much as it's about like notice of being able to like spot what's inside, which would be vigilance.
All right, cool. Survey
Um,
says
13.
You can borrow
Part
my
number for that?
vigilance if you want my vigilance. Casey,
Oh, that's right. I want a copy of
Oh.
ability.
Hell
my
yeah.
vigilance is a 13.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
But your vigilance is it can't be a 13. It can be a max of 4.
No. Sorry, score is 3, but the defense is 13. My apologies. The score is 3.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So let me ask you this. When I do it, does it compound on mine, or do I go jump to
You just
3?
use his instead.
Okay, so he rolls it, or do I roll it?
So you roll it, but we need to keep in mind that it's a 3 instead of whatever your
Okay.
fault is.
All right.
Dope.
So it's
So
2 more on
13.
top of that.
12.
So it would be 12.
While he's doing that, can I just I was gonna like just look at Ringov like, what? No. Like he just broke into he just broke into somebody's house.
And he disconnected a thing, and this guy, Alfie, you're sure that this was a guy who used to watch our job site?
Yeah, he was outside the bodega like the day of that explosion.
That doesn't work.
What are
Right.
we gonna... Okay, yeah, but
Look,
are we criminals? Are we criminals? Are we the criminals?
we're not criminals. They're the
He broke
criminals.
into...
They are the criminals. They watched our site and attacked us.
Okay, yes, I guess I'm talking about like a separate occasion of... I'm worrying about the wrong thing again, aren't I?
Well,
That's what you normally tell me.
Lucius shouldn't have done what he done.
Okay, we're good. Okay,
But
we are in agreement on that.
He futzed with a device, and these guys showed up.
So we shouldn't have done that either.
Probably not. But now we have an opportunity. If the van is empty, we can go with the van. We can maybe have a conversation with them when they get back. We have options, but I want to know first if they have somebody sitting outside watching while they go inside.
Okay. I think she takes out like her notebook and she's just gonna start writing down the crimes
That we've committed?
that we may have been involved in, so that she can go look up laws later.
Like, how do you defend against a breaking and entering charge?
And Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
We need a paper trail for this.
Yeah, that's right.
She's not a
What do I
great
see?
criminal,
Mike?
okay.
You end up not seeing anything. As you go by, it's like a delivery van, so like it does have like windows on the sides and like on the back.
I don't like how you phrase that, Mike. You end up not seeing anything.
The
Okay.
phrasing.
Okay,
Fail. What do I find? It's like, I had nothing to that door into the
Look,
face
You
with
don't
guys jumping out.
find anything.
Is there a driver? It's a delivery van.
You can hear there's some sort of motion inside.
In the van?
Yes.
You said they threw a laptop? Did he throw it in the front seat? Did he throw it back into the side of the
It was
van?
kind of like a strap. He had like a tablet thing and he took it with him.
I took it with him.
Yeah.
You were gonna totally go for that fucking laptop, weren't you?
Absolutely.
I'm so glad, Mike. I'm so glad you said he took that with him. So glad you said he took that with him.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
Did they
There's
leave
nothing
any
in the van.
valuables in the car?
You put Schrodinger's van in front of us, and now we have to mess with it.
There's probably
There
nothing
could be
in it.
orphans
Let's
in
leave.
there, Mike.
Let's walk
Okay.
away.
All right. because I cannot not do things. But I'm gonna just go back to my boss. The thought did go across his mind of puncturing one of their tires to make it incredibly inconvenient for them to leave. But I was not ordered to do that. I was ordered to take a look.
You come back. I think you come back, and by now, I think Renkov has figured a few things out about you. And it's like, I saw your gears turning, and I think I need to thank you for your restraint. I don't know what you were thinking, but I could tell you were looking real hard at what to do. I'm just real glad that you walked back over here. What'd you see?
Honestly, I heard some noises, didn't really see anything. I didn't want to I didn't just want to walk in front of it because of the looking for us. The last thing I need is for them to identify me.
Sure.
So, I didn't really go snooping in the front, but I did hear some things. So there might be some people in there.
All right. Okay. Well, if there maybe is some people in there or not, fair enough. I want to talk to these guys when they get out. Who wants to be standing next to me, and who wants to be hiding in the alley?
And that wasn't even because of the test. That was just you. I don't want to hide in the alley.
So you're standing there.
I'm choosing the alley. That's where my frog is. So.
I'll be with you, boss, man. We can run a fade on these ops.
I kind of like the idea of you and the Frogger sitting in the alley in case something really big happens.
Me?
No, Alfie.
Oh, Alfie.
Alfie
Okay.
said he'd be in the alley. You said you'd be standing there next to the van?
I'll go wherever you tell me to. I don't know what I'm doing.
We're figuring this out as we go.
I'm sticking
And
with
Lucius,
you.
you're standing next to the van as well?
Yeah.
All right. Let's just have a conversation. That'll be easy. Nothing wrong with having a conversation.
I'll go over, like maybe I'm in an alley across the street and I'm in the Frogger suit.
Yep. And like, I'm just gonna be standing next to this van, like obviously waiting.
I'll at least do the millennial.
There's a SWAT team inside that thing.
Yeah, right. Like if it's parked next to a street light, I might lean against that lamppost, but I'm not leaning against that van.
Can Renkov give me a vigilance check?
Would love to give you a vigilance check.
Oh no.
I'm just like sitting here texting Alfie.
That's
like,
yeah, he's 16. All right. Yeah, you definitely notice the little knobs that are on the kind of along the edges. There's this little bubble thing that's kind of up there. It's like, oh, that's a camera. There's a little concealed camera, and there's several of them around all the directions of this vehicle, and it's staring straight at me as I'm standing here waiting next to it.
Good.
And then the doors will open from the inside.
Good.
And a guy in a black jumpsuit with combat boots will come out. It's like, need something?
Oh, I think you know exactly what I need. Where's my guy?
How convenient of you to get all of you in one spot for us. It's like, I could take you right to it.
Cool. Or, hear me out, you don't do that.
Bring him to us. I'm sure you got another van. We can all wait right here while you call your friends to bring them on out. And then it's fine. Ain't nothing. Nobody's got to, get involved with the police or any of that kind of stuff.
Yes, we don't want the police to get involved. And then the other door will open and you'll hear the from inside. The other guys with the AR-15s that are inside the van. It's
Good.
yeah, I'll get some of my friends on the horn now. We'll have plenty of space for all of you.
I think it would...
Oh,
Oh, not that again.
What is she doing? While you advance their shit, what is she doing?
I think it freaks her out enough. I mean, that she's probably going to use one of her abilities, either just to obscure the area, or to either push them back. I think probably just because she's just scared, she'd probably like just call Fog to her and just try to hide us, or hide, just...
Can you put that one in the chat for me?
Yeah.
Control Fog.
Nice.
Dude.
That's nice.
100% going to grab onto Renkov when I do it. Or I guess when she starts to kind of freak out, she'll grab Renkov. Yeah. I don't know what I need to do now, though, that I've said I will do this thing.
Awesome.
Yeah, what do we do here now?
How do your bodies work?
It feels like we're rolling initiative.
Yeah, right at the point where like we should not be rolling initiative for the night.
Well, then maybe this is where we
run.
This is the cliffhanger. Fog.
Yes. Fog happens and everything goes sideways, and there's,
the fog
dudes out here and like, give me the gun, give me the night vision, give me the thermal goggles, and like they're
see the frog
starting to come out of
into the
thing.
fog, like leaping.
Yes.
But yeah, it's like as they all like pour out of this van with like, thermal goggles and guns and all this sort of stuff, and you have managed to give them the slip. But they are after you. They have seen you, they have seen your faces, they know who you are.
The furniture.
Faces, Mike.
Magically, Lucius, who did take secret identity. So
I'm immediately, as we're running down the alley, texting my sister like, get the bug out bag, go to grandma's house, leave my old outfit behind.
The secret identity tag? I don't think so.
I didn't.
No.
No.
I absolutely did.
I didn't know we were gonna do criminal stuff.
I gotta depend it. It's to protect her.
I don't. So. Oh my gosh. Are we?
I know what it is. You summon the fog. It comes into this area. You hear the dudes inside who are getting ready. There's the one dude who is outside already. And as the fog is swirling in around you, Jupiter the dog charges past you and tackles him. And that's how you make your escape.
Go, Jupiter.
I was super not going to escape these guys. I was about to fight these guys. But I like escape. Escape is probably best.
Yeah.
I don't know why
that works. God, it's like somebody told it to, and it's smarter than it thinks. Yeah. Okay.
Shit.
I think that may be, yeah, right. Like you beat your escape. The guy gets back up, is like kind of like bats Jupiter to the side and like standing off, and like as the fog dissipates and you're not there, and that's like where kind of things wrap up for the end of the episode.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Good times.
Yes.
Pizza party back at the bodega at my place.
I can't wait to see the in-game retribution that is going to happen.
Good times.
Not for me this time. I'm gonna play nice. Not for me.
Totally not involved with the rest of these criminals.
Okay,
Yeah, do
only
we
one
have
of them
anything
has
else?
been a criminal so far.
Do you have anything else we want to shout out or anything like that for?
We have Wild Sea
Wrapping up?
tomorrow, I think.
Yep. Wild Seed and
We have Die RPG the next day.
I
I would think everybody pretty well, we're all here, we're doing stuff, but maybe Owen, can you let people know where they can find you and all the games that you're doing?
Yeah. You can find me on all socials at Ace of Squares. I will be here on Earth-8139, and possibly on some upcoming games for High Shelf Collective. Also, yeah, and maybe elsewhere on the internet. Well, stay tuned. I'll keep you all posted if I am anywhere else.
Yes.
Nice.
Awesome. We're gonna raid Lost Caravan. They're up to no good tonight, of course, as always. So we'll go and hit the button here for that. Everyone, thanks a lot for watching. I love this game. I love this crew and our just complete inability to bite off things that we can handle.
I'm sorry, guys. I
This
just
crew?
can't help myself.
Just can't even help it.
This Thursday night crew.
Oh boy. All right. Well, everybody at home, thanks a ton for watching. And as always, have fun and play well.
May all your rolls be crits.